Hello, everyone, and welcome to How to Bet, our How to Bet podcast. Go to howtobet.com. We're going to tell you how to bet, where to bet, and who to bet on. I'm Daryl Sean, along with Sean, the genius Miller, and it is time for the best of the rest of the NFL Week 9. You watching us on YouTube. Yes, you watching us on YouTube. Hit that like button, the subscribe button, the bell, everything. Just hit it. Go down to the comments, leave comments, whether you like us, whether you don't, whether you want merchandise. We got Angel O some merch last week. So get us your opinions. And then a little further down, go to the links. All links are linked in the description box. Go there for Sean's previews, great previews on howtobet.com. Odds, updated injury reports, exclusive offers. So make sure you get there early and often because things change often in the NFL.
Yeah.
And Sean, it's time for the best of the rest here in Week 9.
Yeah, and there's going to be some changes on there. The stories were posted already, but we're going to be adding some updates into the stories. Obviously, Derrick Henry injury is the story of the NFL at this point right now this week. So there'll be other updates coming as we go. But it's there's some weird games this week. I mean, there's not those those 1:00 games. There are not too many of those marquee matchups, and then. The flex schedule starts soon. I know up until week 10 they can flex a couple games, but starting week 11, basically all the games can be flexed. So you're going to start seeing more and more of these big games in the late window and then Sunday night. So that's you're going to start seeing more of the dregs in the 1:00 games as it is. Yes, exactly. And then 10 o'clock on the East Coast. And, so.
After the best of the rest, we will have our over-unders as well for you. And I've been doing pretty well with those. Sean hit the parlay power play of the week again last week. Yep. So congratulations to him and everybody that followed it. And we know Angel O did because he sent us a comment while watching us on YouTube.
I always feel good, the people watching us, if you're winning some money, make sure you tell us because, just feels good to be able to say, hey, listen, man, this kid won $240. I mean, pays your phone bill and pays your bills and stuff like that. So it's good. These guys make money and happy for everybody that wins and beats the books. So keep it up.
So let's get to the rest of the NFL. First game on the slate is Buffalo -14 at Jacksonville. We already know that Sean loves Buffalo because it's part of his parlay power play of the week. I will also take Buffalo. I don't think you can take Jacksonville in this one. I'll take Buffalo -14. Next game on the slate, an interesting one. Minnesota at Baltimore. Baltimore -5.5. Where's that line at now as we speak? Sean, do we know? It's still -5.5.
Let me check.
Baltimore a bye week last week.
5.5.
Yeah, Baltimore a bye week last week. Minnesota, another stinker to Dallas. Dallas with a backup quarterback, Rust. So Minnesota, again, we said it before, not the least amount of imagination offensively of any team I've seen in years. They need a coaching change. They have the weapons. They just don't know how to use them at all. So in this one, that being said, I'll go first, Sean. And even though I said all that, somehow I'm going to take Minnesota plus the 5.5.
Why?
I think this is going to be a close game because Baltimore has been playing those kind of games where they get behind and they have to come back. It almost doesn't matter who the opponent is. I'm going to take Minnesota plus the 5.5. Again, I don't love it, but that's the direction I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm not going to take Minnesota ever again. I mean, they're just, they stink. The NFC, I mean, I just looking at, once again, you look at the standings here and just, there's a lot of bad teams.
So let me ask you, how does a team with Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Jefferson, Thielen, Conklin even looks good at tight end. How is that team so average offensively?
I mean, it's got to be the coaching, right? I mean, it can't be the players. I mean, that's it. It's amazing. There's 32 teams. So obviously that's 32 head coaches, 32 coaching staffs, and there's not 32 good coaches. I mean, that's basically what it is. They're just not that good. They get somebody in there. I think these teams got to start figuring this out. You got to get somebody in there that has a little imagination, and you need a quarterback. I mean, you see these teams that are excelling right now. The Rams, Stafford and Kyler Murray and obviously Mahomes for the last few years. These guys are dynamic quarterbacks that can do a lot of stuff. Lamar Jackson, they can beat you with the run. They can throw the ball downfield. Tom Brady, obviously the best of all time. You have to have good quarterback playing, and Kirk Cousins is just, he threw for 184 yards against the Cowboys in a must-win game. They're frauds.
But he threw a lot of passes.
They're frauds. It's 6-yard passes. The play calling's terrible. They're not going to beat Baltimore. There's no way. Baltimore's coming in off a bye, right? I mean,
yes. I think somehow it's a close game. So you like Baltimore?
Nah, I wouldn't. I think that's a points bet game. I think they kill them.
Fair enough. Next game, Atlanta at New Orleans. New Orleans -6, coming off a big win against Tampa. You go first.
A little bit sad for Jameis Winston, who's looking really good this year, and New Orleans playing really well. Going to be out for a while. I still
Trevor
think
Siemian. Trevor Siemian.
I think and Taysom Hill comes back soon, so I think the Saints can get something rolling here, and I think they beat Atlanta once again, and they're just one of those teams. They're not any good either.
Atlanta stinks. I'm going to also take New Orleans -6. Next game on the slate, New England -1.5 at Carolina. Now Carolina very well could get Christian McCaffrey back, so we will see. But New England, they finally beat a team that's not the Jets or Jacksonville last week. So -1.5 Carolina. They have Sam Darnold. He got crushed last week. I don't know if he'll even play. Walker, kid from Temple, coming in possibly. I don't like the situation either way at quarterback for Carolina. I think Belichick makes a mess out of either one. I'll take New England -1.5.
Yeah, you look up and if New England could just play every game on the road, I think they'd be all right. They're 3-0 on the road, and they're terrible at home. Obviously the opposite of what they've been. They're 1-4 at home. I think New England's, once again, they win this game. They're 5-4, and all of a sudden they're right in the playoff mix. They got the Browns, the Falcons, banged up Titans, Jaguars, Dolphins, and 5 games down the stretch. So this is a big game. I think the Patriots win this, and I think they maybe get to 10 wins and might even sneak into the playoffs.
I had them over on the over-under, and so they still have a lot of work to get there.
What was that, 10?
Yeah, 10 wins. So
I think they do get to 10. The schedule is really – they got some bad teams on the schedule. I don't know if they get to, if they can get to 11-6 at this point, but they might be able to. They're getting a little bit of luck in the next couple of weeks, and a lot of banged up teams they're facing.
They'll need that for me to win that bet. Las Vegas at the Giants. Giants, a close one against Kansas City on Monday night. Still a loser. Vegas, coming off a bye week. They're a 2.5-point favorite at New York. You go first.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas might be good. I don't know. I mean,
I can't tell you.
You look at the standings once again. They're right in the Chargers keep losing. They're 5-2. They can get to 6-2 with a 3-game winning streak since they got rid of Gruden here. The rest of that division is 4 losses, 3 losses. So I think they win, get to 6-2, and maybe they could win the AFC West. I can't believe I'm saying it, but they don't give up a lot of points. They don't score. I mean, their point differential is only +14, but they're 5-2, so something must be working.
Yeah, I'll also take Las Vegas -2.5 in that one. Denver Dallas -7 at home against Denver. We already know that Sean likes Dallas. It's part of his parlay power play of the week. I will also take Dallas -7 in this one. Denver is just not any good. Next game on the slate, the worst game of the week. Houston at Miami. Miami, a 7-point favorite. Who do you like in this one?
The toilet bowl, as it is. I mean, I don't know. Miami, Houston was down. Look, I mean,
it's a game the public shouldn't bet.
Please don't bet this game. Houston. Every time you look, I mean, 38-22 against the Rams, but it was 38-0. And then the Rams put their JV team in. I mean, they stink. They can't do anything. Miami's not going to put their JV team in this game. Miami's going to play their varsity as it is, which, isn't very good. But they're better than Houston, so I'm going to take Miami here.
I believe that Miami shouldn't give anybody 7 points. So just for that reason, I'll take Houston plus the 7. Next game up is in Philadelphia. The Chargers a 3.5-point favorite on the road against the Eagles. Eagles a huge win, not huge in the standings because they're not going anywhere, but just a huge win as far as the score goes, just crushing the winless Detroit Lions. If they play the Lions every week, they'd go to the playoffs, but they can't. So 3.5, I will take the Chargers against the Eagles because the Eagles aren't any good and the Chargers, they're very inconsistent, but I think they win this one.
I think if this game was at 1:00, it would be. I might have taken the Eagles and coming across the country for that early game, but they got a little bit of a break here playing in the late game, so I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Once again though, I'm not sure how good they are. But the Chargers are better than the Eagles, so yes. I don't love the 3.5. Probably bet it down to 3, but. Or 2.5.
We agree on that one. We already told you that Arizona -3 at San Francisco is part of our parlay power plays of the week, so we like Arizona. Now let's get to our over-unders. You go first, Sean, with your over-unders. We give you 3 over-under games a week. I've been doing pretty well with these, fortunately. As you know, I'll say it again for you, Sean. Sean hit his parlay power play of the week last week, so congratulations. Now, your over-unders.
You might as well just call them overs for me because I don't bet unders. Call me Scott Baker.
Sean, Sean's over.
I don't, Sean. I'm going to take Minnesota, Baltimore over 50, and I think, obviously you talked about Minnesota. It's going to be 38-14. That's what it's going to come from Baltimore. I just think they annihilate Minnesota. Green Bay, Kansas City over. I think there's a lot of points scored in that game. Both those, 54. I think it's 35-31, something like that. Green Bay. I think there's just a lot of points. Both those teams can score, and I don't really love either of their defenses. And then Arizona, San Francisco over 47. San Francisco came to life last week against the terrible Bears team, and Arizona's coming in off a tough game, but Arizona played pretty well against a really good game, obviously. So over 47. I think that game, 27-24, 31-28, something like that.
So that's Sean's over-unders. For me, it'll be Buffalo at Jacksonville under 48.5. I don't think Jacksonville will score much. Chargers at Philadelphia, I'll go under the total of 51.5. I think it's too high, 51.5. I don't think the Eagles will do a lot of scoring in that one. And Green Bay at Kansas City, I agree with Sean. It'll go over 54. So there are our over-unders. Remember, you watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit the like button. Go down, leave comments. Leave comments whether good or bad, or if you want merch, let us know. Then a little further down, go to the description box. All the links are linked in there. You go open up those links. You'll see the stories by Sean, the previews, odds, exclusive offers. It's all there. Get there early and often because it's updated, and you'll need that information. We want to thank you for watching us here on YouTube, listening us to every other outlet. We know you have a trillion different options. So we thank you here on How to Bet. Go to howtobet.com. Thanks to Trey Wright, our producer, our executive director, Tiffany Hartman. He's Sean the Genius Miller. I'm Daryl Fine. Remember, go to howtobet.com. We'll see you right here next week on How to Bet. Go to howtobet.com.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to How to Bet, hosted by Daryl Fine and Sean Miller. For more information about betting guides, online gambling, betting odds, including NFL betting lines and odds, go to howtobet.com. Watch all How to Bet podcasts on YouTube. And to access all How to Bet podcasts, go to 1077thebronx.com/howtobet.